For the victory lap though. Whoa, whoa. They ain't never seen nothing like this before. Lit the room when I came through the front door. Ask me if I should overcome. What for? Train in the trees.
It's never too late to put on the gloves. At least that's what Emmanuel Martinez figured when he stepped into the gym to give the sport a try. What started out as curiosity has blossomed into a new phase of his life. Now he's putting in the work to become a champion.
I think it was always there for me. It was like in the background, like being first-gen Mexican-American. I remember like the earliest fights that my parents would make me, or like we would watch, was like De La Hoya. It's a little surreal to me to actually be boxing, because I never in 100 years would have thought like I'd actually be here, actually competing and throwing hands with, you know, the state's best fighters. So it's definitely surreal. It's nerve-wracking a little bit sometimes, but I'm happy I'm doing it because I don't want to look back on my life. I'm 27, you know, I'll be 30 in 3 years, and I don't want to look back with what ifs. I want to, even if I do lose, if I'm not good, I want to say I did it, you know. I don't want to live with regret in my heart. It changed my life, and I'm happy to be here. I'm grateful to be here, and I hope I can represent the club in a good manner coming this tournament.
As of right now, the only thing I'm hoping for is I want to get to the pros.
Even if I do lose, if I'm not good, I want to say I did it.
I just don't want to be the guy who was good enough to go pro but never did.
You know, everybody's got a plan until you get hit in the face. And
if I'm fighting like an amateur bout, then yeah, I'm thinking to destroy him. I'm not letting him breathe.
I think the #1 emotion, and a lot of guys like to not, you know, admit this, is fear. It's fear.
How are you, man? Come on, keep working. Nice and set.
The 27-year-old from Keyport, New Jersey is an unlikely entrant into the Golden Gloves. But what he lacks in experience, he makes up for in work ethic.
Emmanuel Martinez, I'm 27, from Keyport, New Jersey. Well, I grew up in a family restaurant, Abby's in Mattawan. My dad opened it up when I was a real little kid, almost 20 years ago would have been the anniversary. Been there since I was like maybe 13, working with my parents. It is a family business, got most of my family, friends there, friends that come through. It was scary. It was scary off the rip, just because for a long time in my life, like, that was just such a stable, like, I never had to worry about it. Like, it was there. Like, sometimes it might be ungrateful saying it, but I felt like I was gonna die in there. Like, that's all I had. And then to have it taken away from me, like, it was a good identity destroyer. Like, I guess, like, well, that's all I had, that's all it was. Like, who am I now? Like, you know, and I worried. It was my main source of income. I'm still kind of worried now, but, you know, but you take it day by day. I'm grateful no one was hurt. Luckily, the building's still good, so we're able to rebuild. We're in a process of rebuilding. The community has been so helpful. And, you know, that first week and a half, like, it was just taking everything to just not cry. There's times, I don't know, I did cry, like mid-practice, mid-sparring, you know, and the night before, just, you know, thinking, because win or lose, you know, usually we celebrate at my family's place together, you know, we eat with my friends and have a good time. Not being able to do that was weird, and just, I guess before it was like I was working and training, and now all I was doing was training, but it's just mentally something very hard. I'm still having a hard time blocking out, but, you know, take it step by step. I'm grateful I'm alive. You learn to appreciate what you do have, and that's where I'm taking it from.
Set me free or give me death, yeah. Living good, I've been blessed, yeah. Shout out on my
Now, Martinez has channeled his sorrows through his boxing, exchanging punches with other Golden Glove competitors like John Marco Marin. He's making up for lost time by pushing himself to his limits, even if it means being hit by more seasoned veterans.
The one where you were catching, I feel like you catch somebody in that stunt, you can keep them there. Like, da 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 da, boom, stunt, da 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 da, double stunt. Sorry about that, I want to do it in the beat this time. I tried to stay out there, I was moving around that ring. It's like, don't trap me, don't trap me.
Emmanuel Martinez is someone who doesn't have the most experience, but he has otherworldly self-belief that kind of carries him to achieve at a higher level than someone who than what you would expect from someone who's only been boxing as long as he has. I was at his first fight, and it was an absolute classic. That could have been a pay-per-view fight. We felt he won that fight. I think everyone in the building felt he won that fight.
And him being a little bit older, yeah, it is a little difficult to kind of teach things, but the amount of like desire he has to learn and the desire, like dedication he has to win outweighs his skill right now. His skill is always building right now, but his heart and his dedication right now are carrying him so far in his fighting. Like I said, you could teach punching and head movement, all this technical stuff, but you cannot teach the kind of heart that he displays.
Manny is someone who just achieves at a higher level because of this otherworldly self-belief that he finds in just knowing why he fights. You know, he fights for his family, he fights for his legacy. He's driven by purpose.
Yup, the champ is here. Switch gears. We keeping haters in the rear. At the blood, sweat, and tears, and my goal so near.
Martinez's boxing aspirations have been a welcome distraction for his family, who are still dealing with the fallout of the restaurant fire. They are ringside every time he fights, supporting him as he tries to build a legacy of his own. He may have lost 2 previous fights heading into the tournament, but he left each opponent with an impression that they'll never forget.
I know it's lonely at the top, but that's not by speculation. But the position that I got, I climbed too high to fall, but too hard to drop. Stop clocks on this beanbag. Every day under pressure, no jet lag. This is greater than trophies and saluted flags. Tighter than gold across the day. I carry the cross I made. That with the dealer, baby the hand was played. New level, next stage. Man, the theater's a legend. Now tell me what's my next stage.
No, man, like I do think of myself as more of an analytical, calculated fighter. I'm more composed. I'm not someone you hit, gets angry, will hit you right back. I'll take a step back, try to find a different angle, create an angle. But you know, you can only plan so much. You know, everybody's got a plan until you get hit in the face.
It's a game, we break through. 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 It's a game, we break through.
Now, Martinez aims to leave a similar impression on New Jersey's biggest amateur tournament.
So far.
without throwing a single punch.